went walking out to watch a football game, or maybe go in search of a faucet, like a dying man in the desert looking for an oasis. And Bill Bill would talk to me and tell me stories, and he would roll his thumbs like that as he thought of the next story. And so he's telling me the stories, and Mom is cleaning up, and she's scooping the remnants of the casserole, and she said, "Bill, do you want the rest of this?" And Bill went like this. She goes, "Bill, do you want the rest of this?" And then she said, "Bill, do you want the rest of this Reuben gas?" And she put it down and she walked away, and Bill watched her go. And he said, "I can hear everything she says, but sometimes I just don't want to answer." Finally, do we have any more slides that are not embarrassing? Oh, yes, the last particularly painful lesson that she taught me was, if you're having what you think is a private phone conversation, to make sure the other person has not put you on a speakerphone. So when she had moved to Virginia with Kevin and Susan, I started to hang out with Philip more because he was here with no family members. Because Mom said, "Why don't you hang out with Philip more, because he was a role model." And so I was always the cook when I would go to stay with Philip, because Philip was always too busy. And I'll be the first to admit that I'm not a cook. And so I think it was Thanksgiving, and I had the 2 cubic foot microwave open, and I was trying to get a turkey into it. And the phone rang, and it was Mom calling to tell us about her Thanksgiving plans at Kevin and Susan's, and she told us about the menu, and Philip put her on speakerphone and took 5 or 6 steps away and sat in the nearest living room chair so I could hear what was on the menu. And she said, "And what are you guys gonna have?" And Philip said, "Well, Alan's wrestling with a turkey, and he's having some timing issues on the side dishes." And Mom says, "Well, don't tell him I said this, but if Alan's cooking, there will be complications." So these are memories. She's given us literally hundreds of them. Like this, some painful, all amusing, and I get to hear every time I do try to cook that there will be complications. But yes, we will remember her, as Pastor Steve said earlier, every day. Remembrances will always bring us joy.